Hello fans, I'm Kevin Piland, and I want to thank you for watching this episode of the Kevin Piland Show. Now, I do have an update for some of you. If you were watching yesterday's episode of the Kevin Piland Show, I was live at Sears before I broke the seal because I was working an early morning shift on because at the time the schedule stated I was to arrive early for work so I could take care of the truck. But it turned out that the schedule had changed, and on top of that I didn't need to be there. And I also got an apology from my supervisor because it was determined that he didn't send me the text message as previous thought. He did apologize for his mistake, and I give him credit for that. No names are mentioned on this show, but good news is good news by any other name, and I'd like to keep it that way. And I'm very proud to know that when people make mistakes and they own up to it, it means a lot. Also, contrary to what may have taken place sometime during the week, it is true there were some storms in the area, but there have been rumors that the cell phone tower that affected Verizon, the reception was out. There had been rumors about that actually during that time frame, so I figured at the time that might have been the reason why I might not have received the text, but that turned out not to be the case, and I'm glad it turned out that way too. It was just an honest mistake on my supervisor's part, and he has since apologized to me about that, and things have worked out since then. Everybody's knows that mistakes happen. We own up to it. You know, it was one of those things where you just have to keep in touch. You know, every employee at Sears has to go through this from time to time. What I also wanted to talk about was Town Crier Steakhouse. I used to work there, believe it or not. Back when I was in high school, I got to stay an extra year at Cooper, but I didn't have to go because my job was my credit, basically. My job was my diploma at the time. However, that wasn't originally the reason why I wanted to bring up Town Crier Steakhouse. The main reason is because they're under new management and new ownership. And they will reopen, but they have not yet announced a date as to when they open. And as for Potter's Pizza, unfortunately, they're still delayed. But when they open, I will keep you guys updated. But in the meantime, you're invited to like their Facebook page. Potter's Pizza will has been doing giveaways for some time, and they will continue to do so until they actually open the restaurant. But in the meantime, I want to thank you for watching this episode of the Kevin Piland Show, and have a good weekend.